everybody. Mike Dukes here. I'm with Eddie. We are in the great outdoors at the Kokomo Humane Society, and we have one big, beautiful girl with us. Who do we have here?
I cannot say enough about this magnificent dog. This is JL. This is a dog that had I had one fewer dog at home, I would have taken her home. Like she's just such a wonderful girl. In my 16 years at the Humane Society, this is the first, and I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of this, but Boer Boel I've ever seen. I'm just going to say from here on out, I'll say African Mastiff. This is like a special kind of dog. This is like a guardian dog that needs an experienced owner. She has got the sweetest temperament, but she's a guardian dog, and there's a lot of her. There's 143 pounds of dog here. And I mean, you can imagine, rolling up to somebody's house and seeing her in the window. That'd be a scary thing. But she's just an absolute sweetheart. So we will be taking applications, but we will be needing vet references on those applications, or any previous experience you've had with guardian breeds in the past. Just because this is a kind of a special situation. This is not a dog that you want to just you can't jump into these, feet first and with no experience. You kind of got to know a little bit of what you're doing. She's just such a great dog. I had to bring her out. I've never seen one before and may never see one again. So
this is the first for me.
Yeah. And again, because like all giant breeds, she has her health problems. Some are things that we've noticed a little bit of joint swelling. She's got a lot of dog to carry around, so it might be a little arthritis, or she might just have a sprain. This is something we don't know yet, so that is something you're looking at. Also, vet bills are a consideration. Bigger the dog, bigger the bills. I've had a couple Mastiffs in the past, and pretty much triple whatever all my other dogs cost when they go to the vet. So,
do we know her age?
She's about 2 years old. Their average lifespan is between 9 and 11 years, so she's still got her whole life ahead of her. But luckily, you're pretty much past that puppy stage, so you shouldn't have to worry about things like chewing. However, you are going to have to worry about drool. She, like a lot of dogs her size, has loose jowls. And that means slobber. Not quite Turner and Hooch level slobber, but she definitely, when she drinks some water, she leaves a trail of where she's been. So.
And if she's like mine, if she sees treats or food, that may start the automatic faucet getting turned on. Right? You're just beautiful. Yeah, Eddie is 100% correct. Any guardian breed, any large breed, you need to do your homework, because it's a lot different from taking home a little Schnauzer or Chihuahua.
Yeah. And there are certain guardian breeds, like a lot of English Mastiffs, are just incredibly sweet from the get-go, and they've kind of been domesticated enough that that's a good one to start with if you're wanting to get into large dogs. But there are some these guys, some of the Cane Corsos, the Filas. These are dogs that they have their own type of temperament. They really guard their family, so they need to be socialized. You don't want to just if you get them, take them home, and they only know your family. Then when your buddy from work comes over for the first time, you might have a problem, just because they guard their family so tight. And I would definitely recommend, even if you're not interested in adopting, look these guys up. It's a very interesting history of kind of how they came to be, and it's just basically 16th century. I lost the word for a minute there. Colonizers were going into Africa, and the hardiest breeds. They took the hardiest breeds, and it was basically survival of the fittest. And then that's where you get a dog like this. This is the hardiest breeds all coming together, and if they didn't make it, they didn't make it. So this is like a strongest of the strongest kind of coming out on top. When she came in, I started like a deep Google search, and next thing I know, everybody I'm running into that day after work, I'm showing pictures of them. I'm like, oh my God, look at this dog. And probably read 30 different articles just because it was such a fascinating history. And I could jabber on and on about her all day long.
She's beautiful.
And she does do, she has been around kids. She has been around other dogs. We've assessed her here. She did okay. She went out. The other dog came in and played with her. She laid down for a nap. So
that is one thing about larger breeds. They may have spurts of energy, but it's not necessarily going to be prolonged because they're going to just want to lay down and just chill out after a while. And as far as the guardianship thing, socialization, I hate that word because I always butcher it. Socialization is key with any breed regardless, but the larger the breed, the more so it's going to become an issue, especially if you want to ever take your dog with you anywhere. It needs to be socialized and used to not just people, but other things, cars, loud noises. And it's something you really need to consider. If you're a homebody and you really don't see a whole lot of people, she'll be great with you. And like Eddie said, your immediate family and friends who come over, but anybody else, they're going to see her as, the terror of the neighborhood, not necessarily the look you want to go for. So think about that. I mean, yes, she's beautiful, and it's a rare breed. You don't really see it in Kokomo very often. Doesn't necessarily mean this breed for you. That's why we have our vetting process, the application process, so we can kind of fit things and make sure the perfect dog goes with the perfect person.
you know what else we have here? Is tons of smaller dogs. If you look at her and you go, that dog is just too big for me, well, guess what? This Saturday from 11 to 2 at PetSmart, we are going to have puppies up for adoption. Not 100% sure what the breed is. They just have giant ears. I know that. I've seen pictures. They're on their way here from another shelter, and they have like radar dish ears, all of them. They're going to be at PetSmart from 11 to 2. And then this is also our Sunday Fun Day coming up, where we kind of open up for walk-ins. There's going to be a couple of vendors here with some items to sell, and you can come watch play groups. And if the right dog catches your eye, we'll facilitate an adoption that day.
So basically, your weekend is planned. You know what you have to do now. So absolutely, if you know large breeds, if you've got the time and the know-how, this girl right here would be great in your home. And if not, like Eddie said, we've got dogs of all sizes. Check out the website. We've got them all on there. Had the adoption event this weekend. Had the great play thing on Sunday. You just got your weekend planned. Dogs aplenty. So hit up that website. Check out all the great animals we have for adoption. And we'll see you next week.